This is London Calling. You're here with me, Tash, on Buccaneer, your source for what they don't want you to know. In today's world, we've all had to get used to our every move being tracked by the optic on our temples, by the cameras around us, and with every click we make online. Seems like everything we do feeds the big data beast. Why are data giants like Bloom so hungry to get hold of our private information? This is London Calling. You're here with me, Tash.
Welcome to the stream, guys.
Your source for what they
got
don't
an
want
hour.
you to know.
Got about 45
In
minutes
today's
on
world,
here.
we've all had to get used to our every move being tracked by the optic on our temples, by the cameras around us, and with every click we make online. Seems like everything we do feeds the big data beast. Why are data giants like Bloom so hungry to get hold of our private information and our metadata? What are they using it for? Will we ever have real private lives again? What is privacy in the digital world? And what happens when capitalism and surveillance become one? As you know, we keep all names confidential on Buccaneer. Speaking from a secure location, here's new technology strategist Charles, who worked all over the world trying to keep democracy strong in the face of the data assault.
If you have enough personal data on somebody, you're able to predict what it is that they're going to do. You can tell what they might be passionate about, but mostly you can tell what they fear. And if you can tell what someone fears, then you can manipulate them and you can move them in particular directions. Like, data is collected on citizens in every possible way. Data is collected through surveillance cameras. Data is collected from television sets. Data is collected from voter records. It's collected from how much power do you use in your house and how much water do you use in your house. In pre-crisis Britain, we got really used to all of our services being free. Everything suddenly became free that was digital. But what people forgot is that if you're not paying for it, then you're the product being sold.
If technology brings out the worst in capitalism, capitalism brings out the worst in technology. Senior academic Alfie tells us how big business repurposes big data.
Historically, what's happened, of course, is that people have traded their privacy for their convenience. As smartphones and other kinds of technology came in and became mass-consumed, mass-used items and technological objects, gradually people were so attracted to the affordances of these technologies that privacy kind of retreated into the background and into a state we've got now where it's essentially gone. Having this access to this data makes huge tech companies like Bloom so much more powerful than they would be otherwise, and not just in the obvious ways. Of course, there's a lot of worry and fear over what they can do with the data. They can track anyone, find anyone, see what every individual is doing at any point in time. But I think there's even deeper reasons why this data empowers these huge companies to control our society and make us do things. So lots of predictive technologies which are implemented by these tech giants. It's not only interested in knowing what we're going to do, but influencing the patterns of our movement. So technologies might suggest routes to use in the city, places to go, restaurants to go to, cafes to go to, music to listen to. And these suggestions are not just predicting what we might like to do, they're actually influencing the way citizens move, think, eat, meet, and use their city as a space. So London has become a place where a small group of surveillance capitalist companies like Bloom can control the movements of individuals and orchestrate the way they move around their city and the way they essentially live, the things they do, the things they enjoy and the life they lead. So we're really kind of outsourcing our decision making, I would say, to a huge corporate capitalist company, and there's something very, very scary about that indeed. All these technologies can be used to not only influence us to act as the perfect consumer, but also to prevent us from doing radical and revolutionary things. So technologies in foreign nations that have been used are things like heat map features which show where populations are gathering. In-game rewards can be offered to people to take different routes, things like that. Traffic data can be manipulated to prevent people gathering and protesting, as has happened in some of the authoritarian regimes across the world recently. absolutely. So what we're looking at is not only a set of technologies which make people behave as ideal consumers, but ones which actually can be put to use to prevent radical and disruptive behaviour in the city, which limits the power of any kind of revolutionary force.
So, if you thought you had a private life, get used to it. You don't. And we're not going to reclaim our lives without a fight. I'm Tash, and you've been listening to Buccaneer, keeping the resistance informed. Keep listening, keep fighting, and remember, nobody owns you but you.
Just remember, probably all these people you can get on your side to do the game. So listen to this one. Buccaneer, Big Brother meets Big Data. Tash takes an in-depth look at SIRS and how they use data collection to govern from the shadows.
This is London Calling. You're listening to Buccaneer, your pirate podcast source for what they don't want you to know. I'm Tash, and this time we're giving a special shout out from us to the boys and girls at the Signal and Intelligence.
Oh, you can't do it. Shit. I'm gonna have to keep it on the screen.
This
right,
is
guys,
London
I'm gonna
Calling.
get myself a
You're
drink.
listening to
Just
Buccaneer,
enjoy
your
listening to
pirate
this little
podcast source for what they
bit
don't
for
want you to know.
2 to 3
I'm
minutes.
Tash, and this time we're giving a
you
special
have a
shout out
drink?
from us to the boys and girls at the Signal and Intelligence Response Service, better known as SIRS. Why not?
Hopefully you guys
They're going
all
to be
good.
listening anyway. They're listening to everything. They probably know that you're listening to this show
This
right
is
now.
getting a
But don't
background
worry,
of the
we're
game,
not going to
guys.
say anything
It's
bad
essential
about a
to
massive, unaccountable spy
some
organisation
games.
that
It's
uses
just
its powers
essential
to
to know
stifle
what
dissent and
the
shut
game is
down free
about.
speech. Instead, we're going to look at how SIRS became so powerful. And as usual, we'll keep everyone's names and locations secret, so SIRS doesn't come looking for them. Charles is an expert in the dark arts of surveillance who worked to set up democratic media in post-communist states. How did it go so wrong in Britain?
You know, we're looking at all the wrong things.
By the way,
when you
guys,
look
I've
at
put the music
Britain's
back up to
crisis. There's a lot
about
of
10%,
concentration
15%,
on
something
data
like that.
and how that's been used and manipulated. And what we haven't looked at is the power structures and the profit that lies behind this. For example, if we examine what actually happened, you know, there's a company that's really very interested in selling passports and making it easy to provide visas for investment and so on. And historically, throughout the world, they've been working with this big data manipulation company in order to overthrow governments. And then suddenly all the chickens came home to roost. Nobody could find any receipts for what was paid for. Nobody could figure out how things were done, but everybody had a feeling that something really stunk and they couldn't figure it out. And yet it was standing there in their face the whole time. There's a couple of different ways that we got where it is that we are. I mean, one, you have a lot of smaller organizations, smaller power groups, companies as well, who are bending things just a little. Oh, we'll compromise a little bit, we'll bend the rules a little bit, and try to achieve what it is that we hope to achieve that's good for us. And if you add all of that up, what you end up with is a big wall moving in a big way from a lot of little buttons being pushed. But also there's this other thing that's going on here is the gathering of data and the analysis of data has authoritarianism contained within its DNA. It is by its nature a tool for authoritarianism, and it has been used in that way.
How does big data look into our lives? James covered it for the pre-crisis press.
We're starting to see the merger of private data and that with data held by the state into what are called social credit systems. This is where every aspect of your behaviour is monitored and totted up by a central system to sort of score you as a person, a bit like a credit card, but predicated on all of your behaviour rather than just the money you're spending. And this can have profound impact. We're starting to see systems emerge which will punish you and stop you from doing things in society based on your behaviours. And this can be as trivial as if you jaywalk, if you cross the road in the wrong place, you might lose points. If you do some community activities or help your neighbours, you might earn points. And then this can be used to sort of evaluate you as a person. And this could mean, for example, the travel privileges, being able to travel first class, or being denied from travelling first class to not being allowed to travel at all. These systems are very real and very possible because of all of the data that is now held on us.
Ian was a veteran political writer and podcaster back in the days of pre-crisis Britain.
Christ, imagine if that was a thing in real life.
Well, this is what fascism is. It is the complete and total control of the individual. The desire to basically say to the individual, nothing in your life matters. On an individual basis, you are now part of the whole, part of the nation, and the only meaning that you will find in your life is to become part of the nation. What is a nation? Nation doesn't mean anything, right? The nation is basically just encapsulated by the leader that takes over, that claims that he, you know, has this sort of access to the soul of the country, to the soul of the people. He never does. It's just a myth. But that's what they go for. And on that basis, they take the right to control every aspect of your life, from who you talk to where you eat, to where you go to hang out with your friends. And what we're seeing now is a contemporary iteration of this process where you get corporations and the state operating in tandem, basically molded into one another. But that isn't that rare. I mean, you saw exactly the same thing in Nazi Germany. You look at the concentration camps that operated in Nazi Germany, there were private companies in those camps making use of that slave labor. Fascism often works with corporations, and it's doing the same now. That's the way in which they track what you do. That's the way in which they track who you talk to. They operate as each other's proxies.
So if your ears are burning and you think someone might be watching you, you're probably right. They're watching all of us. I'm Tash, and you've been listening to Buccaneer. Keep listening, keep sharing the show, and keep it encrypted. They're watching us, but we're watching them too.
Boom. Let's go, let's move forward with this. Auxiliary power. Power up the
No DedSec registration detected. Identify yourself, or I'll seal the exits, hack your optic, and read you every drunken email you ever wrote until you starve.
And you'll have to explain my untimely demise to Sabine.
Sabine's alive? Well, that's one piece of good news. I'm Bagley, DedSec's definitely not stolen, highly advanced AI assistant, and it seems I've been out of commission for a few months. Anyway, why don't you go connect me to the DedSec network so I can become more powerful than you could possibly imagine? I mean, catch up on what I missed.
But the screens are now all up and running. This is all up and running, look. The power is on, the computers are all run. That's all on now. Maybe I can do something or other with that later in a bit. Just plugged it in. See what it does. Activated servers.
Ah, that's it. I'm reconnected to the network. Downloading our database, news archives, and... Oh no. Terrorist group DedSec responsible for deadly bombings in London. Dalton Wolf dead? I leave you people alone for a second and you immediately cock it all up.
That's the shape of it. What I want to know is if it wasn't DedSec who did the bombings, who was it?
There's a gap in my memory after Dalton... Well, let's be honest, after I disarmed the bomb at Parliament. I'm missing information about what happened after I was taken offline. But from what I can infer, an unknown hacker group identified only as Zero Day was involved. I believe this Zero Day staged the attacks and framed DedSec for their dirty work. Come to my terminal. Sabine is requesting a video call.
Concept has been there. Fair enough. We'll put the rest in this one now. What's this now, eh? Hang on. Data drive. Oh, that's where I can... Okay. I can watch that stuff on the computer and... Ha. It's a quick way of getting on the computer. Computer here, can I do anything like that? Right. Right, let's do this call.
Patching in Sabine Brandt now. I suggest you listen very closely to anything she has to say.
There you are. I'm glad you made it. Packley. God, it's good to hear your demented little voice. Is your memory intact?
Not even slightly. The last record I have is of our HQ being raided. My only lead is a group known as 0 Day. Ring any bells?
No. But the HQ was attacked by some men in black, the same that were at Parliament. Maybe working together. We didn't stand a chance. They just gunned everyone down.
Christ. How did you make it out?
I managed to escape through the sewers to Camden. A contact smuggled me out of the city, and I've been hiding out in the north since.
Prudent. Your profile is red flagged as a high-priority target in the city's surveillance system. Even a partial recognition hit would have you hunted down and shot on sight.
Like
DedSec is about as popular as the plague these days. Look, you know I'd do anything for you, but fucking hell. Sabine, that's a lot to ask.
Listen, if anyone knows anything about risks, it's me. I lost everything and everyone. But it comes down to this. London is in a death spiral. And if DedSec can't pull it out, trust me, no one can. The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
Fuck it. As fate's worse than death.
Excellent. New user registered. Welcome to DedSec. Now, it would be irresponsible of us to release you naked and mewling into the wild. You'll find equipment around the safe house that are essential items in your DedSec kit.
Yeah, put that up in it. I just want to see something a minute. I want to go out here. See if it's a dead end. No. Gym. Look at that, gym. Punch bags and stuff, but there is music out here.
Hello and welcome to today's episode of The Upload.
It's just... Opt-in out of Optic. Matt and Vicky discuss Bloom's Optic device. Is it a game-changing convenience or just an invasion of privacy?
We're talking about the Optic and how it's changed our lives. Now, as you remember, Bloom announced a new version of the Optic at the recent Tone conference, but we haven't heard too much about that since due to the dramatic events there. Let's cast our minds back and consider the technology. I mean, the Optic changed everything. It lets you see things in AR. You no longer need a smartphone. You just have the small implant that sends signals to your optic nerve and lets you see your emails, take calls, and browse the internet directly as if the screen was in front of your eyes. Instead of having to carry around a phone, you've just got the small handheld unit. So much lighter and so much more convenient. It's great.
Vicky, you sound like you absolutely love the Optic. Do you actually think that it's made our lives any better?
I mean, sure, it's definitely made things a lot easier. It's so simple to call someone now. All you have to do is choose who you want to chat to, and they're there, ready to talk. And browsing the web is so much easier. I remember when you used to have to sit down at a computer with an actual keyboard and mouse and type everything out. And my favorite feature is public transport. With the Optic, you can just walk straight onto the tube. It even acts as a passport. No longer do I have to dig around and try and find my old paper passport just to travel somewhere. Also, I thought that Optic's marketing strategy, making it free for people, was a stroke of genius.
Genius. Bloom was really calculated when it was doing that. It was pushing this draconian device on us at all. Sure, everybody flocked to it. There was free Wi-Fi and phone plans. That definitely helped, but it wasn't a case of this is a product that you need in your life.
Why do you hate it so much?
It's just the worst because you had to give up your privacy expectations and accept surveillance. It was almost like the government and Bloom didn't even need to make the optic mandatory. Making it mandatory was only to get the last holdouts across the line. If free data didn't convince you, fines and arrests from the state for not having the optic would pretty much be enough.
I mean, what do you mean by privacy problems? No one really talks about that anymore.
They don't talk about it because we don't have any choice when it comes to the optic. Yes, it's convenient and mandatory, but everybody's forgotten what it really means. Here, you've got a whole company owning basically all the data about your life. Bloom can see everything that you can see. Nothing is private anymore. There are so many times when I don't want anyone to have a clue about where I am, who I'm chatting with, what I'm doing. It's not even dodgy stuff, but I just don't want anybody to blackmail me with this in the future by hacking it. And because of Bloom's contracts with the government, it isn't just Bloom that can see everything I do, it's the government. The UK as a state has become a complete surveillance paradise.
I think you're painting a bit of a bleak picture. It's not all that bad.
No, you're completely wrong on this. I don't want everybody tracking me wherever I'm going around London.
Well, in that case, you might be interested in some rumours I heard. Did you hear that some DedSec hackers have found a way to bypass the optic's connection with Bloom?
Are they actually making it better or usable or actually friendly for anybody?
Well, word on the street is that they've been able to create an encrypted signal, which means that your world might have a chance of becoming a bit more private again, so you could go back and enjoy all the great things about Optic without that fear of surveillance.
With the optic, privacy's dead.
Kegs there, look. Load of kegs there. Put them on here. Put a pint glass on there. A pint. Tech upgrades. Tech points can be found throughout London. Use them to purchase tech upgrades. Gadgets and weapons. Purchase tech in the tech menu to obtain and upgrade gadgets, weapons and hacks. Equipping tech to change an operator's weapon or gadget. Use the edit function in the team menu. Purchase tech is available to all objects. Here we go, look, tech screen now. So what we got? Can't buy these upgrades, ain't got enough. But we got these two. Chase drones can be hijacked. Chase drones can be disabled for a short period of time. So we've got that ticked. As you can see, we've got that ticked. Turn to where's Defiant to unlock. Chase drones. And then that one, short range. Got a pistol yet. So these two here are camouflaged to render the wearer invisible and break line of sight. Got 10 points. A stealth-based spider bot capable of performing non-lethal takedowns. Let's double jump. That's quite cool, the old spider bot. Just now to render the wearer invisible and break the line of sight. So yeah, I could buy these items or I could just save them. What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon I should buy something or? Right. Question is, shit. Do I? Hang on. Gadgets, upgrades. Yes, so that's a gadget section. Weapons, hacks. These are upgrades, look. Reduces damage suffered by all dead calculators. Schedule and contact info exposes new ways to recruit and for enemies to detect. Nice. These are the only two that are unlocked. A stealth-based spider bot. But by the I think you can only have 2 at one go. I don't know. I'll tell you what, let's want to keep that. What's that? Chase drones can be disabled. We'll get rid of the space drones. We'll put on the infiltrator spider bot. Oh yes, you can have them all. Nice, you can have them all. Nice. Didn't realise that. I upgraded 20. I ain't got enough of the upgrades to them, but got the initial thing. That's my team look. So if I edit, nice look. P9 semi-automatic pistol and a short-range non-lethal personal sidearm, which just shocks them. Attack menu shit, sorry. That's the team. Gadget. Okay, look, you can have a gadget. You can all have gadgets. So basically if they die, they lose them. That's the thing. If these lose them, they die. So who was the better one at programmer? Counterfeiter. On the program, don't we? Gain droid drone intelligent. Shortcut. Damage. Hack. Chase trains. Hacks. Weapons. Yeah, right, what we need to do then, go on team, we'll do that, equip that for him. Can we equip it for everyone? Let's see, yeah, you can attack all the gadgets, right, put the gadgets on, all of them, basically for the time being, because we haven't got any other gadgets. Gadgets we have at the moment.
We have a sophisticated system for hiding your identity from facial recognition tech. It's called a mask. And while we're here, perhaps we can talk about updating your wardrobe. I mean, look at you. Come on.
ETO plus 2,000. Nice. Starting to... That's 2,000 points I get right at the start. Oh, look. Oh my god. This is a special prestige objective. Look. Shit, what's this? Show a map, Christ. Hang on, sake. Swap is unavailable. Oh my god, this is loading it all up now. Big star. Cannot modify while in combat or restricted areas. But let's have a look there then. She's got hacks, proper gut. Honing drones. Short hack, coolers. She's an expert hacker, known as the Lynx. Nice. 23 years old, professional crossplayer, 87 grand Christ. Development, source code. Only purchases games of humour. Right. Statistics. Operative playtime, 0. Chance retire. I don't want to retire. Look, she's a prestige operative. Look how cool she looks. Ha! Playtime, 29 minutes left. Nothing. Recruited into different by Sunday branch. So yeah. Can't. By the looks of things, I can't swap to them at the moment. What's the store then? What we got? Reaper pack, season pass. Here we go, look. It's all new now. This is new. So I haven't got enough points for any of this. Because I haven't got any gold things at all. What's this feature? I'm just literally seeing if there's any free stuff. Doesn't look like there is. Purchased. Ubisoft Connect. At all costs. Operatives. See that lady there that the Lynx has 3 existing abilities. When hacking, hold the input to affect a large radius. Select an enemy to be dive bombed by a homing drone. All hacks have significant short cooldowns. Recruiting the Lynx makes her available in your campaign and online save files. Additionally, gain her unique clothing and masks. Question is, guys, do I have that setting on with the where if they get killed you lose? Do I have it that if they get killed I lose them on the game forever, or do I have it that they just respawn? Grown out of a robotics PhD program expert hacker. I don't know the links. I don't know if to have that mode turned on. I ain't got enough money for this, but oh, hang on, that one's free. Helen has 3 existing abilities. Hang about, gonna have to make sure that none of these are free. Hang on guys, we're gonna get these freebies here. But I don't really want to lose them, that's the thing. Retired police engineer has always had a wild side. Disappointed in her son's dead set can fight against London's expressor. So fast hack has 3 existing abilities. All hacks have significant short cooldowns. Summon a personal vehicle, nice. Move slower and cannot take cover or sprint. Or that's the only bad thing because she's an older person. So we've got her. Nice. Got any more freebies here? No. That's fair enough. Clothing. Let's go up here a minute and get rid of. There might have been free stuff, you never know. There's not, but you never know. Season pass, look. Season pass is so basically 32 quid for that, but Aiden Pierce is £11, £12 if I wanted to do it, but I don't at the moment. Boosters, here we go, they all cost money by the looks of things, so I can't do that. And then credits, it costs money to buy credits. So That's pretty cool. Well, actually, now what you can see, I've got a new one there. These prestige. The thing is, I have to look in bed. I have to look tonight in bed to see whether on that mode, if your prestige operatives die, whether you lose them as well. I honestly do not know whether you lose the prestiges. So guys, you just have to let me know what you reckon about thingy-majiggy. Everyone's got the spider equipped at the moment, so I've got 5 operatives in my team, 2 prestiges, 2 women that are prestiges. She's a police officer. He has a private eye to the police. Nice. Starting to get through this. Rewards 400 ETO. I've got loads of ETO. What the hell do you use ETO for? That's what I don't understand. What do you use ETO for? We'll have to find out later on in the game because I have absolutely no idea. There's the map. How's down there? How's the camp location? That's the safe house. Because you can see I'm right at the back of the safe house. What the hell is this? Tech point. Admiralty Art. Public access. Tech point. Canadian High Commission. Look, you zoomed right out, but if you zoom right in like that, there's Big Benlet. I think Westminster Abbey, I think. I don't know, it's quite cool though, zooming right in like that. Wardrobe items. Don't know how you change that, but we'll soon see. Here we go, here's all the wardrobe items changing now. So I could probably get changed. Hat. New operative, Helen. Yeah. It's just all unlocking at the second. Just getting used to this. It's the start of it, isn't it? Pretty damn cool. Let's go to the shop. Oh look, it's the shop. That's all locked. What the hell is that? So that is where you can put nail polish on. Oh, this is where you use all the points. To be fair, I quite like him bold. I quite like this geezer bold, to be honest. Suits him. Check his beard out there. He's got a huge beard. It might be better to have something different. What about just a moustache? Some heavy, might just do that. Some heavy stole. So you got at the moment. Friggin' hell of a session going on there, hasn't he? Christ, he's got a session going on there. Let's get the rough look on the go. Is that the one I was talking about? Yeah. Let's do that. Colour. Hey, why is that not changed that then? I thought I bought that. Oh, you have to hold it, don't you? That's why. Right. Look, you can get all weird colours. Pink beard. We go for black with him. Colour is it anyway? Standard, we'll just keep it like that. Right, that's that. Christ, why is it? These are ones I haven't looked at. Hair, that. We'll have a look at different ones of them. Piercings. Should we get this dude a couple of piercings? Let's do it. Let's get this geezer a couple of piercings. Don't want a friggin' stud. Oh, friggin' studs. Ah, look at that. Let's get the geezer. Body tattoos. Well, not much point is there, because at the moment he's not. Shame I can't get Trevor Phillips on it. Huh. Gonna get this geezer that. Get him that on the other side. I know he's got his tattoos. He's got his jacket and stuff on, I know, but we're Hitman 42, look, he looks a bit like Hitman. Ha! 47, not 42, what the hell am I on about? Presume you can't get bigger ones, that's what I wanted. Bigger ones. Big. Christ, look at that, that's all around his neck. Yeah, well, we won't bother with that. Makeup, I don't think I'm going to put any makeup on him. Or nail polish, or do we give him black nail polish? Do we give this geezer nail polish? No, he's not kind of geezer, is he? He's a bit of a hard nut, this guy. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to go masks. So look at all these different masks I've got. We got that. Ha! That. Got the old gas mask that's equipped at the moment. Got that different gas mask with the flashy lights. Ha! That's a prestige one. Look at this. Mask mode. Always off. Always on auto. Put it on auto. Look at that. Got that. A little tag on the back still. Got that. Got that. Got that. I don't know. It's either the one I've already got or that flashy one. I think I'll keep the one I've already got at the moment. Let's have a look what we got here. We got default, which is that. He looks quite badass in his shirt and tie anyway, to be fair. Quite like that. Or we've got that. 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 Quite like that at the moment. What we got here? Got that. Oh, hang about. Do we have a sweater? Shirt and tie for him, I think, but that sweater will be coming out for someone. It's up actually. Could you imagine him in that? Quality. Hands, that's like freaking rings and stuff. Huh? No, we don't want him like that. I thought I bought that other tattoo on his arm, but yeah, no. It's got to be default with him, I think. Look at that. Get the old horns on. That. Don't really suit him, does it? What the hell is that? Oh, this is Watchdog stuff I can buy now. Right, this is stuff you can buy. So obviously we got the mask. You can buy masks. Different types of masks. Quite like that one, to be fair. Quite like that. Sorry guys that it's been a bit of a stream where it's just been sort of just having a look round sort of thing. That was masks. Face wear. Huh. Two masks. Face wear. That costs the most. Hats. Different hats. That's quite a cool hat. Leg wear. That's too expensive at the moment, but got some glittery shit. Different t-shirts. Shoes. Got a bag, put a bag on his back if I wanted. But I don't think so, not with him. A pair of shoes. So we've got a new mask. You know that gas mask. Well, I can have that. For this character, I think I'll keep the gas mask on. It's quite cool, that gas mask.
You've got all these fancy new toys, but it's also important to know the basics. You need to learn how to throw a punch and how to take one. Albion will escalate if you come at them with a gun and shoot you down. We want to avoid collateral damage. In DedSec, we try to use guns only as a last resort.
Have you already met Connie Robinson? She owns the pub and is an old DedSec contact, not to mention a champion amateur boxer. Go to the practice ring and she'll show you how to stop flinching when someone cocks a punch at you.
I'll be right down. Could use the warm-up.
You stand on a concussion drone and fly to each.
Let's start with some basic strikes. Hit me.
Crap, there you go.
You want to get in under my block. Find the weak point. Just like that. That's it. Quick on your feet now. You want to create distance. That's it. Nice one.
Oh shit. Plus 30 ETA. 100 plus 30. Connie, give me a hand, love. Nice training session. Nice sparring session. Look up, you might spot a delivery drone.
There's only one more skill you need to master. Socialization. The rest of your team has arrived. Why not go and have a chat?
Look up and drones might give you a parcel. Talk to the team. There's two of them straight away.
Welcome to DedSec.
Oh, yes. I'm ready, willing, and able to serve.
Here's my other geezer. Geezer and a teaser. Talk to the team. The other guy.
Hey. I can't believe it was this easy. There's no test or anything. We just DedSec straight up.
Yeah. I wish we had the time to prepare, but the job needs doing now.
Now that you're all as thick as cyber thieves, Sabine would like to talk to you.
Right. But we want to quickly have a look at first. If we go on team. Have a quick little gander. Swap is still unavailable. Okay, can't swap yet. Ha. Right, let's talk to Sabine then.
Well done, team. It's good to see the safe house filling up again. The only way we're going to keep London from falling into total oppression is by rebuilding the resistance. We need to recruit, train, build back our arsenal. The people are itching to rise up and take their city back. We just need to show them that DedSec are fighting along with them.
To be honest, I think I'd be put to better use in the skull-cracking department.
Albion PMCs have occupied this city. Anyone they don't like gets locked up and beaten.
Don't forget Clan Kelly. Those vultures keep exploiting people who have nothing left to give.
Fair, but remember that this zero-day hacker group is still out there. They took out DedSec once, and it's a good bet they'll try again. I believe they were responsible for the bombings and framed DedSec. With your help, I plan to get to the bottom of this mystery.
I'd say that's a full docket. Enough talk. Let's unfuck London.
Let's unfuck London. Let's do it.
First order of business. The Signals Intelligence Response Service, or SIRS, or the Earl Grey Gestapo, have developed a surveillance technology called AR Reconstruction. It's the bleeding edge of privacy rights violation, and thus it could be very useful in our attempts to find Zero Day.
You let my hacking out. Hacks prospect. Viewing team. Can we bloody use them yet or not? Show map. No. Swap still unavailable. Another one there, look. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's the shot. Exit the safe house. It's going to be the order. What's the time here? Right guys, it's 10:10. I'm going to save it here. So we've just investigated the safe house in this episode. Little short episode. We've seen the shop now. We've got the team together. We've got a team of 5 at the moment with 2 prestige operatives I've got for getting the deluxe edition of the game. What I was going to say guys is I want your opinions on, and if you've got me on Discord or whatever, then please message me and let me know, because this is a big choice. I can't go back on this choice. Once it's disabled for the whole playthrough of that save. So for this save, my first ever save, I don't know whether, do you think it might be worth turning that off? Because when it's on, or any operatives who die after taking lethal damage will be permanently removed from the game. So maybe, do I do that do I start a new save and do that in my own time after I've done this, like, separate to this streaming thing? And for the streaming one, do I just disable it? And once it's disabled, it just means that they won't permanently be removed from the game. They're just like, if they die, they'll respawn, which you can use them again. I know with it on, it adds the tension and stuff, but I won't make the decision tonight. I'll let you guys, I've got work tomorrow, so I'll have the whole day. Just let me know at some point your thoughts on it. Anyway guys, I will see you tomorrow night for some more. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. Take care. Much love to everyone.